You know, few months ago I had absolutely amazing experience building this fake Lego Icons Porsche 911 set, so I figured how about I try my luck with another fake Lego Icon series set. So this time I was able to find this Lamborghini Countach 5000 Quattrovalvole set for roughly around 30 euros. And here's the bag that I received. So let's open this up and see what do we have inside this bag. Some annoying scotch tapes sticking everywhere, but we got inside. So, in front of us we have ton of tiny bags. Yeah, that seems to have numbers on them, which is a good sign. And we also have this manual. Yeah, not much surprises here, as usual. Lately we get these like very plain covers. And inside, oh yeah, bunch of images stuck like on the pages. Yeah, not much to say right now. So, as per usual, now I am going to assemble this set and then I will tell you all about it and we will judge it. Breaking news in this hour! YouTube channel Mild Curiosity confirms fake Lego from AliExpress is indeed fake Lego! So yes, indeed, this is an exact copy of Lego Icons Lamborghini design that we got in 2024. But with that out of our way, let's get into the details of what exactly did we receive from AliExpress. First, let's quickly talk about this manual. Well, this manual is good and there aren't like any real complaints about it. Yes, the images inside are a little bit small, but still I was able to see all of them clearly and I didn't have like any like confusion while I was looking at them. And yes, these one-to-one illustrations are also in correct size. They haven't been scaled down as I have seen within other instructions. And also I didn't find like any mistakes in this manual, so overall this one gets a thumbs up from me, but also given the fact that this is a set that is based on real Lego sets, you can always use the Lego Builders app instead. Next, I want to mention that this set doesn't have any stickers, which in my book is a really good thing, because I am not the biggest fan of stickers on building blocks. The print itself most of the time looks pretty good. You can even make out like a smaller details in logos here in the back and also like in the front, but there also was one piece inside of the car's interior where the print was a little bit like off-centered of the block. So basically one part of the print was just hanging over the side of the brick. And yes, that is a minor thing when it comes to like printed stuff on the bricks, but this imprecision kind of like constantly follows us through this set. And that being said, I actually want to talk about the building block quality. For the most part, quality is okay, like most of the bricks fit together fairly good and they do not fall apart. However, some of them felt like a very tight fit. And that was a little bit unpleasant just because this plastic itself feels a little bit sharp. It wasn't like destroying my fingers, it wasn't that bad, but still it wasn't that pleasant to touch, like to squeeze them together. Also, some of these bricks had weird plastic leftovers on them, which again requires like a knife or some like extra tool to shave them off. And also one of the bricks was only partially molded, which again kind of shows that there isn't much of the quality control when it came to these building blocks. And if I talk a little bit more about those blocks that felt like a tight fit, I have to mention that the ones that felt the most tight were the Technica style bricks that we actually use for steering bits here in the front. And unfortunately that means that the front wheels, although we can move them, they are extremely stiff. Therefore, we cannot steer them with the steering wheel because it just takes too much like force to do it, and it's just impossible to do. I will actually just turn it around to show you that yeah, it's even hard to do by just one wheel. You have to like do it by both of them together, just because these parts right here holds the moving bit for the wheel and they just grip it too tightly. And this is actually a good angle to talk about another problem with this car, which are the front wheels that are just sticking out a little bit too much. And that's the fault of the fact that these rims are just not the same as we would have in the original Lego set. You see, in the original Lego set, these wheels are supposed to come much farther on these like axes of the front wheels, therefore they wouldn't just stick out like this, as we can see it from like top view of the car. And that is because of the very simple fact that these wheels right here have this like inner part of them that comes actually flat against this like plane over here. Therefore there is no room for anything to go inside the rim. And yes, that's the reason why we cannot like put these wheels far enough inside the car. And not only that is disturbing because of the visual that we get here in the end, they are also preventing us from steering them properly, because as soon as we turn them, they come against the side of the arch over here, and as you can see, it just gets stuck there. We cannot get like a full movement of the wheel. So yes, this is one thing that I find really disappointing, because that's something that even when you're making like a knockoff of the set, they should try a little more and just check these like details. So yes, this is like a really annoying oversight in my opinion from the makers of these knockoffs. Another thing I wanted to mention is the fact that the front screen on the car is actually really scratched, and I will like try to show it on camera by shining light on it so that you can see what I mean. And that's just because it was in the same bag as many other pieces, so obviously while the bags were moved around, they were just scratching the surface of this screen. Quick comment from future me, I forgot to mention that we actually do get few of these spare bits with this set, which is nice. So I know I have been like talking about a lot of negative things about this set. However, I also must say that overall, like when it comes to the other parts than steering, these bricks actually function quite well. For example, we can open the front hood in the way it is supposed to work, and there's no problem over there. Also, we can open the back like this trunk or whatever it's called. So yes, you can see that that functions as well. But while it's open, I want to talk about another thing. So here inside we can see that we have this engine. On both sides of the engine we have these red whips. And over here you can see that there is like a little white red dot that is sticking out of the brick, because it's the part that I broke off of this whip while trying to connect it the way it was supposed to go. And yes, that is another sign that the plastic is different than the one that Lego uses, because for these whips they are using the plastic that is a little bit too fragile and too stiff to actually like bend it and connect it in a way that this model requires it. And obviously, like after I tried with the first one and it just broke off, I left the other one like just on the side without like even trying to connect it. But yeah, next let's talk about the doors for this car, which are again they function good within this set. And honestly, from the design point, they are made in a very clever way. Not only do they have the hinge that you can open upwards, they also come forward a little bit, but they are always pulled back in place by the rubber bits that we have on inside there, which is connected to the doors. Basically, these doors have a lot of movement, but they will always come back in place just because of the clever design that they have over there. And I mean, right now I will spin this thing around so that you can see it from all the angles. And as I said, like, I do think that this model itself looks good, and like, this is a tough one for me because the experience I got when I was like building it, although the brick quality wasn't that great, I loved building it. It felt good. Just because like how it comes together, the shape of it and everything just works. And I think like if only there weren't be like these front wheels that are like sticking out that much, I would still think that this model looks great. But at the same time, this is exactly what they sent me, and I have to review what I have in front of me. So now I'm left in a situation where I can say, yes, I love this design, but the front wheels are bad. And also, I don't know whether you can see it on camera, this car actually do have like a really nice interior. It's really like dark red in color, and yeah, we have two seats, a steering wheel, and a little like gear shift in the middle. And yes, I also wanted to point out like the way that the back side of this car is done is also really good looking. We have this nice way that they put in the back lights of the car, and also we have like the double exhaust pipes over here. Yeah, overall I think like the details of this car look really great. Yeah, if we are not looking at the front wheels. You know what, I will just exchange them because I do have a spare wheels that I think will probably fit this one. And yeah, therefore I'm not gonna have a problem with that later on. But right now it is time for me to put this set in the tier list. Yes, I mean, I've been like very skeptical most of this video, but there are some good qualities in the set, and most of them are the fact that the design is good, like the Lego part of it is good. But the execution in what I got from AliExpress left a lot to be desired. But it wasn't the worst, it definitely wasn't the worst experience that I have had with the sets, and we do get a decent amount of bricks, and most of them fit together good, with only like few exceptions in critical parts, unfortunately for us. So with all the small defects combined, I really can't put this set any higher than D tier in my tier list. But that being said, I think I have given you enough information to make up your own mind whether a set like this would be worth it for you. And just keep in mind, just because I got a wheel problem like this, that doesn't mean you will have the same problem. Just check out the listings carefully and read the feedback if there is one given by other buyers. However, right now I want to say a huge thank you for joining me today and watching this video. If you liked it, please leave a like, drop a comment, what is your experience with fake Lego sets in general. And also, if you want to see more content like this, where I look at fake Legos, non-branded brick sets, some Chinese brand stuff, also all sorts of other stuff I find on the internet, maybe subscribe to my channel. Huge thank you for watching this video one more time, and I hope to see you guys next time. Goodbye. Bye 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 bye. Bye 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 bye. There, I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. Bye.